good and justice. And so the question would be, what is slander? Is slander a lie and a deception? Or does it matter if it's true or not? Or does it matter? Like, yeah, there's some things in there that are hard to, like I was reading about there's these exceptions to these rules, you know.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's say that there is
Time and a place for all things.
this guy, and he's misleading people, and he's putting people out of the right way or whatever. Will I kill him for that? No.
No.
In Judaism, and you see, I'm not a good Jew. I'm not even a good Jew. In Judaism, I will just not slandering whatever the cost. Okay, sorry. Now
So how
I've
do
yeah.
so then how does the sense making happen? How does Mashiach emerge?
Well,
How can
Jacob's
Mashiach emerge without slander?
Jacob's position, de facto, the way he behaved in this last 24 hours, for example. Do you know that Jacob told Paul van der Clay to his face that Paul van der Clay didn't read the Bible and he doesn't know David? He said that to Paul van der in his face.
Hmm.
Now, Jacob's way is that if we are among friends, if we are both showing our face, that is permissible
Hmm.
because we are taking in it good spirit. It's a play. It's not serious knife stabbing. It's just a play.
Yeah.
So if you have this I mean, your comment about him that he should show his face is always true. But if it happens that the two of you are facing each other in a live stream, by the term of being together in a live stream, well, go at it.
Hmm.
First of all, it's important to state that I agree with that rule as it relates to the live stream. But the voice chat Discord room was particularly for people who weren't comfortable with uh, exposing themselves on the internet for one reason or the other. And in conversation with Malta, you might find out what the reason is for that.
But Tayo, I haven't even said that name yet, and you've said it
I
twice.
I don't like I'm not a fan of sneak dissing. This feels very gross to me. On let's make a live stream about someone, but we're not going to say their name and acknowledge the situation. That feels like a coward's way of not talking about what we're actually talking about. So I
I
want to just put it all out there,
I also
especially
been
because
invited to a live stream,
this
Tayo.
conversation could have been had in the voice chats, and it would
Yeah.
have been Yoav, I wish you would stay because I'm going to leave, and I think you and Gavin would have a much better conversation than Gavin and I currently have. Now I do love Gavin, he's still a friend of mine, a brother, but I think
Okay, I'm just going to put on a better shirt.
no problem. But yes, I think this conversation could have been had in a and I think I thought it was being had, which is why I sort of feel a bit blindsided by wait, there's a live stream about what, and we're exposing who for being a wolf. That's so yeah. I do love you, and I do again. We're still
But
cool.
no,
I'm a
but
very,
Tayo,
but I
we could,
very much disagree with you, particularly in as much as, like I said,
but you,
you're trying to call out a wolf in sheep's clothing, which is an admirable thing to do. And if there is someone that's a danger to relationships and causing havoc, I think it would be a right thing to do. But in doing that, there will have to be backup of these are the relationships that are being destroyed. This is out, and I don't think you've done a sufficient job of proving that. And it sounds more like there's a you're reacting to the spirit of the room, which, like I said to you yesterday, I can understand that given the fact that there's a conversation being had for the last year or so that's met people have gone different direction and end up where they are. And to you, it feels like this is just a tribe or an in-group tribe that doesn't want to listen to outside view. But it's if you're going to challenge the
are you
view.
saying you're not in an in-group tribe right now? Right now, like, are
Pardon?
you, I think you're still a part of that tribe right now, and it's shaping the words you're using right now. Like you've formed these relationships with people, you care for them, and it's coming out.
including you. And if there was someone doing a live stream about Gavin, I would also come on there and start talking about no, that's not exactly what's going on. So I think yes, that's how this is all supposed to work. Is it's relational. We form relationships such that trust is built, and we can vouch for people when our friends being misunderstood. For example, how many times has Hezi gone to back up and defend Jacob when Jacob has done things that's offending other people? That's sort of how all of this works. You form relationships such that trust can be there, and you can have people tell you no, actually no, and also you can have
So
people that
Ty,
you trust tell you when you're wrong, which is
so
what you're
Tyler,
trying.
do you want to go ahead and use this opportunity to share the good that Marcher has to say? Like,
No, no,
no?
no, I don't. I'm only here to challenge the wolf. You're making accusation as a wolf in sheep clothing, and I'm
Yes.
saying you've not presented enough evidence to say this is a wolf. That's all I'm here for.
The,
But like I said, you will have a better conversation about techniques and stuff because I'm clearly not in the great mood to be able to. I'm speaking way too much. I'm not asking enough questions, so I'm gonna get off stream. God bless.
No, they all went away. I'm only one. They left me all alone in this room.
my son came in to give me a hug.
Well, that's worth it.
What's that?
That's what was worth it. The intermission.
Mm,
Okay, so now it's only the two of us. I haven't said properly. Thank you for your reference to the MC protocol.
mhm.
Of course, everybody now is talking about it. No problem in finding a YouTube explanation of what it is. It's a trend in high tech. Whenever you have something new, then there is internal regulation and unification and writing of protocols to enable interaction between companies. It's always what happens when you have a new field.
Yep. Yep. And it's good. So you had mentioned technique earlier, and you had said this is how you do it. You were basically trying to teach me how the proper way of doing it.
Of sticking knives in people, yes, if it comes handy.
So this is the thing. Like I'm not actually trying to stick a knife in a person.
Mm-hmm.
I was never trying to do that. So it's like if someone comes in and I claim to be someone who's trying to follow Jesus, which I think can mean something that it crosses boundaries into Judaism because Jesus was a Jew, right? So you could then say, well, Jews don't do that. That would be something we could talk about. Um, and so maybe you said Jews don't slander, and but you did point out the Jacob's example, which I think is legitimate, and that's why I was trying to be careful about not actually saying anyone's name, right? Because I didn't want to do that. Like I'm actually trying to demonstrate the a responsible use of words, and when I would say Tayo was gripped by something there and used words very irresponsibly. You,
Okay. There's a comment, Gavin, this is not a healthy conversation.
who says that?
Never mind. Let's not name names.
Okay,
The way that we can turn it, I think, is to have a conversation is we present it as a general case. There is someone in our community
more
who
than
is
one though.
seen. No, okay. Putting as a general
Yeah,
statement.
yeah,
There is a one person who in the community or persons who are behaving improperly. It's not enough to call the police, but we think it's improper behavior. What do we as a community do about it? Uh, I think this is a sort of a question that TLC can form around and provide an answer. It always gets to this communication. This communication is already not a very effective and method of last resort. Uh, some people will say you deal it with by giving good example. You stand by them, next to them, against them, and show people the other way around, to do it, the better way to do it. Well, again, answering to the comments,
Hmm.
we are. I think what I'm saying is the most careful way we can go around it. Anything else will be just to God. This is up to God, and God will solve His problem His own way.
So I did ask God what I should do. So there is that. So there are people who say this is not a constructive conversation. It's like, well, you know, I, I did you ask God before you even asked that question? That's made that comment. So
Again, what I will do is go against the person I mind in four eyes in private, and then give him a piece of my mind, being of Middle Eastern character, giving him a piece of my mind without reservation.
right,
Uh, won't help at the moment. Maybe, uh,
right,
maybe it'll germinate some later date.
right. And then do you do anything beyond that, or is that it? What if they are ruining your family?
That depends on the graveness
Yeah,
of the sin. We Jews are known to discommunicate our own children in our fever, in our
yeah,
righteous fever. Uh, with God helps, it gets resolved.
right, right. Yeah. I mean, I think you're right. If anything, I could have done better. Is I could have been more patient and offered to have a direct message with the person that I was that I want to rebuke. Um, but I did do some of that. But I can always be more patient. Um, yeah, I think the next step is that you would go to the you would try to go with witnesses. And if that doesn't work either, you'd have to go to a larger community at large. And the reason, and even when you do it, like being the person who's trying to rebuke and accuse, you have to go with humility.
Agreed.
Yep.
Again, replying to Sandy Basie. The estuary is where you live on the edge, and you're very close to being out of the right path. This is the place for us in the estuary, and especially in Jacob's channel. Jacob's channel is even borderline TLC. So some unhealthy conversation should be attempted with great care. And I think this is the right place for it.
Hmm.
But are we getting to the end of the rope? Because, I'm not a rabbi.
Yeah.
I'm getting very close to my ability to even speak
Okay.
of the subject.
Yep. Well, I do. I want to go. My son wants to hang out with me, so I,
Yeah,
and it's a Saturday, and I want to hang out with him. So, um,
yeah.
yep. Well, I
And
appreciate Tayo hopping in. I appreciate Yoav hopping in. Chris hopping in. Uh, the goal of the conversation is, well, I would say there are such things as wolves in sheep's clothing, and there's even wolves in sheep's clothing who don't know they're doing it, and I was one of them. Right? I got kicked out of Bridges of Meaning, and I can understand why. So, um, if people are kicking you out of communities, you might be a wolf in sheep's clothing, and you might not even know it. Uh, and so that's my thought. Having been a wolf in sheep's clothing, um, I yeah, I would like to think that I could help others who are in a similar situation that I was in. Um, So, but I try to be humble, and yeah, I could have definitely been more patient. Um, be careful with your words. That's it. Like these words are very powerful. So, all right, Yoav, thank you.